What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another video. Here with the squad member Fonso13.
What's up?
We are on our way to Dark Delicacies. About to check out. What are we checking out?
Lionsgate. Lionheart. Lionsgate. I don't know why I said Lionsgate.
Is that excited, huh?
That's
excited. Check it.
I'll take click.
Click. Do over. So anyway, guys, we're here to check out.
We're here to check out Lionheart.
King
of the jungle. That's better. See, that sounded better.
Yeah, way better. All right.
But yeah,
we are on our way, and who else is going to be there? A certain Muay Thai fighter from another Van Damme film, kickboxer.
That's right.
Tong Po himself is going to fucking be there.
That's exciting.
Hell yeah, I'm so fucking. I never thought I would get the chance to meet fucking Tong Po. So
yeah. How many times have you watched that movie as a kid?
It's a cult classic.
Right?
If you guys haven't seen it, you should.
It's on Amazon Prime right now. Check that out.
There you go. Shameless plug. There you go. All right, guys. Well, 2 squad members here. I guess you could say.
Scott, Chris, where you at?
Right, they're not here. No.
Oh, they're not here. They can't make it today.
I guess you could say it's going to be a double impact today, huh?
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, hopefully there's not too many people. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a real blood sport.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Shoot.
See, don't worry about it, Chris. Chris, you're holding down the punts, no problem.
Hell yeah. Oh, man. Well,
we're almost here.
We're almost there, getting off the freeway.
And hey, Scott, don't worry about it. Christian's got like 50 things for him to sign, so don't worry about it. Your spirit lives on here today.
Seriously, dude. Yeah,
VHS, DVD, laser discs, 8-track, soundtrack, everything. You name it, he brought it.
Shoot.
Right?
Well,
did it right? You did.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He brought his whole collection.
Well, VHS, and a few DVD inserts.
Did you rewind them, by the way?
I did not.
It's not very kind of you.
I know. All right, guys. Well, we're almost here. Let's go do this.
Lionsgate.
And then the signing right after for the Lionheart Blu-ray.
She can't decide. Over the weekend. You're picking it up? Yeah. You ended on order.
It's a very famous line of film. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we got Stuart Wilson, who actually joined us today, thanks to Jeff. And Stuart was in the garage. He played the Scottish fighter.
Nice.
And then special shout out over here, casting director James Tarzia, who did all of your movies. Right?
Well, he did a number of them. He did. James did. He did Lionheart, Double Impact, Only the Strong, Perfect Target.
The
Okay.
Best of the Best series for all the martial
Oh,
arts
yeah,
fans.
Jim did casting on the Best of the Best movies.
Yeah.
So he was like he just became by default the martial arts casting guy.
All right, so let's just get started. So basically, I mean, Sheldon, you were probably on this movie earliest before anybody was. Tell us how you got involved with Lionheart.
Well, this was Jean-Claude and I had not met before he did Bloodsport, and I spoke to him on the phone from Hong Kong. He was in Hong Kong shooting, and we kind of hit it off on the phone. And I said, "Hey, look, when you're back in LA, come by and see me." And I think like the day after he came back to LA, he and his wife came over to my apartment, and we just hit it off with him and his wife, and my wife got along great with his wife. So we just got to be pals, and we wanted to do something else together. And he came up with this idea. He and I were both fans of a Walter Hill movie called Hard Times. Anybody, you guys know Hard Times? Charles Bronson.
Yeah, amazing.
And Charles Bronson is this street fighter, and his manager is played by
James Coburn.
James Coburn. So, anyways, we're both fans of this thing, and we're talking about doing something in the vein. We want to do something like Bloodsport that had fights. It had a better reason for the fights. Actually, Bloodsport had a pretty damn good reason for the fights, come to think of it. And he came up with this idea about the, and we were both in the Foreign Legion stuff. I was writing a script for Sylvester Stallone at the time, French Foreign Legion scripts. And actually, I got Jean-Claude to help me with some of the more colorful French expressions. So we're talking Foreign Legion, we're talking Hard Times, we're talking Bloodsport. Let's do something that's got fights in it. And somewhere in between all of that, we came up with Lionheart. He came up with the story about the sister-in-law, the little girl, his brother gets killed, all of that stuff, and deserts the Foreign Legion so he can come to America and help his brother. And he pitched this to Sunil Shah, our producer on it. And Sunil was a little shaky at first until Bloodsport opened and did really well, and suddenly everybody wanted Jean-Claude. For low-budget movies, they wanted him to do. They thought he was just a karate guy. What is that I'm hearing?
That's
The door.
The door? Oh, okay.
More people.
All right.
Anyone's just come in. There's public hearings over here, so please make your way over here if you want to sit down.
I'm going to take up my hearing aids because I'm hearing too much. I'm hearing things I shouldn't be hearing, like doorbells. So, anyways, we came up with this story. He pitched it to Sunil, and originally Eric Carson was going to direct it. It was called The Wrong Bet. In fact, right there, you see, here we can go through a little bit of the genesis. The Wrong Bet was the original title, and in fact, this poster was the poster that they used to sell the movie. And you notice that Jean-Claude's hair, that actually all of these, his hair is not the way that it was in Lionheart because these were shot before we ever even had a script. He just had this idea, Wrong Bet. And that was another part of it that was very important, was his manager, who originally would have been the James Coburn character and now became Harrison Page. His manager bets against him in the final fight. And that was this line that he was just dying to deliver, which is Wrong Bet. And he delivers it really well in the movie. And then Harrison, of course, ends up yelling, Lionheart! So we had this movie, Wrong Bet. Eric was going to direct it. I was not involved at the time, but Jean-Claude and I came up with the story. We basically sat in this old coffee shop on Sunset Boulevard called Ben Frank's. We were in Ben Frank's for 3 hours because he had told me the idea about well, the brother gets killed, the sister-in-law, Foreign Legion. So we started coming up with more and more ideas, and that's where we came up with the idea for Cynthia, also like her sort of femme fatale character who's overseeing all the fights. And we came up with a lot of the ideas. A lot of the stuff that ended up in the movie, we came up with in this 3-hour session that we had sitting at Ben Frank's. And a funny footnote to our Ben Frank's meeting, you see a couple of sheriff's deputies walking into Ben Frank's, and they come over to the table and they say, you guys have been here for too long. We've got complaints from the management. And you're going to have to leave. And we did, not without making a bit of a fuss about it. But we actually got kicked out because we were in there for 3 hours. And we're in there, hey, dude, we're coming up with a hit movie, all right? You can't kick us out. But we left. And then Jean-Claude pitched this to Sunil. Sunil had just made a movie with Eric Carson called Angel Town. And Eric had directed a Chuck Norris movie. I forgot the name of it. The Octagon. The Octagon. Okay, I got my.
Get the IMDb over here.
This is my looking it up on Google. I got Hoovie to help me out here. So Eric brought in a writer, because you notice on the credits there's a originally based on a screenplay by S.N. Warren, and that was, I think her name was Samantha Warren or something like that. She wrote a screenplay. Jean-Claude hated it. Everybody kind of hated it. So then Sunil was just nervous about me because I didn't have a big name at the time. I'd written Bloodsport, but Bloodsport was not a big deal at first. When it came out, it did. Hey, Paco!
Paco Christian Prieto, who was the pool fighter, and also Silverio, the villain in Owen the Children.
Anyways, is this boring here?
No.
Liking this? Okay.
Absolutely not.
This is
Very
explaining
interesting.
Why this
Very
wrong
interesting.
bet and why Jean-Claude's hair does not look correct in any of the posters, actually. He's got this slick back, like 1920s gangster hair in all of these. So then I was brought in to do a rewrite on the script. Everybody liked the script that I wrote. Jean-Claude convinced Sunil to let me direct the movie, and next thing you know, we're casting, and then we're making the movie. Now, casting, hang on a second. We had 2 different kinds of casting sessions because we had so many fights. We actually had, we got Jim Tarzia, who, Jimmy over there. Jim was doing our casting of actors. And then we had our fight choreographers. Michelle Casey's going to be here soon. And we also had this guy, Frank Dukes, who Bloodsport is allegedly about. And so Frank and Michelle were the fight choreographer. And we did auditions at Frank's dojo. He had a dojo in North Hollywood, not that far from here. And they had an open call for fighters who want to be in a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. By now, people had seen Bloodsport, No Retreat, No Surrender. So this was kind of a cool thing to be a fighter in a Van Damme movie. And we had a sign-in sheet, and we had over 1,000 fighters show up that day. And Frank and Michelle would kind of take them through the paces to see if they really knew how to fight. And a lot of them were pretty much full of it. I didn't know what the hell they were doing. But we found a number of good ones, and among them, because I'd never met this guy before, Paco. I'd never met Stuart Wilson. I'd never met Jeff.
We
We'd met before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But Frank is the one who brought Jeff in.
Right.
And we liked Jeff, so we ended up casting him as one of the fighters. So that was how we assembled our fighters, and we had quite a few people that were really good, and one thing I wanted was for all of them to be very distinctive, so that we wouldn't confuse the guy who fights in the pool with the guy who fights in the garage. We wanted them to have completely different looks, different persona, different fighting style. I think that worked out pretty well. And people basically, nobody gets the fighters mixed up in Lionheart. Just like in Bloodsport, you don't really get the fighters mixed up.
Well, we have so many fighters. We'll start with Harrison. Like we're talking about the co-stars, and you're really kind of like a heart of this, like the whole Lionheart. Like you're like the heart of this movie. You name him. You're this great kind of mentor / kind of brother to him. Kind of tell us how you got involved with the film and kind of what was on the page and what did you bring to it.
Let me just tell you how we cast Harrison.
All right.
Everybody wants to tell I was cast.
I love this one. We've got all these actors coming in to read for the role of Joshua, and they're all sitting in their chairs. They're reading their lines, and there's one guy sitting on the floor, basically like some homeless guy who just wandered in. And I'm looking down and is this one of our prospective actors? Or this is some guy who wandered in? And that was him. Harrison was just getting in the character. He was getting in the character, and he gave us this this amazing reading. And the one thing I remember about I taped all these auditions, and he does this in the movie too. He says, "You got a lot of heart, Lionheart," and he did that in the audition. And John Claude and I just went wild over that. We were saying, basically, hey, that's the guy. So that's how Harrison got cast. These other guys I told you about. And Deborah Renard got who was Jim? There was a kind of a famous soap opera actress that was also.
There were several actresses that you did not meet.
Okay.
These four, because I had to reread everything.
The two bookies.
Yeah.
The one of them.
Jack Carter
Okay.
Jack Carter.
as Lonnie Byrne.
One of these guys was a Mickey Mouse guy.
Right, Lonnie Byrne.
Lonnie Byrne was a Mickey Mouse, and Lenny.
I'm learning all this shit today.
Jack Carter.
So anyway, he goes.
They called him Shelley.
Yeah, I said, hey, you were in the Mickey Mouse Club. That was one of my favorite shows. I mean, did you ever, get with Nat? If anybody knows who Nat Falicello is. But anyway, moving on.
I think they're too young for it. You guys haven't seen Mickey Mouse Club, right?
Okay.
No, they have no
Kangaroo.
No, they have no.
Okay, forget it.
Forget about it.
Wipe that.
Forget it. They
We'll
don't
get
get
to
it.
be rich when we get to
children.
him.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, but so what was that?
Mickey Mouse.
So they got
Mickey Mouse.
separated.
So we separated us, and then we came up with this in Raging Bull. I don't want to take. I want to be honest. Raging Bull, that guy said, hey, I don't know if I want to fight him or kiss him. All right, that's where I came in, and I said, hey Frank, man, I should say to Van Dyke, because he's pretty. So why don't I say, hey, you're kind of pretty. I don't know if I should fight you or F you. and then Frank goes, that's brilliant. Let's do it. so we go over to Sheldon, and Sheldon goes, sounds good to me. So Sheldon goes,
I love the line.
yes, he said, sounds good to me. Hey, does everybody know who this guy is?
Yeah.
This is Michelle or Mohammed Quasi, aka Pong Po. And everybody else, he's a wonderful guy. He's been my friend. God bless him. He was the one actually beating everybody up to get the job. Thank you for the job. Even though he's late. Nice to meet you. We'll talk about that later. It's on traffic in LA, right? It's always LA. It's LA 5.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
You don't have to, don't worry.
So now, while we're talking about fights, the two fight choreographers, Michelle and Frank Dukes, came up with those fights, and they did a fantastic job. Certainly has gone on to do. Actually, Michelle goes way back with Jean-Claude. I think you guys met when you were teenagers or even before that, right, in Belgium?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say the one who did a wonderful job, the best, is Sheldon Ledish. We had on the he wrote the movie, he directed.
But I couldn't have done those fights because I'm not a fighter. I'm not a martial artist. I can only say, yeah, I want to see them kind of do this and then move to here, and then I want to see, and basically Michel would come up with the actual move, and he did that in Bloodsport also. Michel's also in Bloodsport. He's one of the fighters in Bloodsport.
Good kickboxer too. Kickboxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Tong Po. He's Tong Po in Kickboxer, and then I think in some of the Kickboxer sequels, right?
Yeah, the number 2.
Oh, okay.
Kickboxer 2 and Kickboxer 1. And yes, I met Jean-Claude when I was 7 years old.
7 years old, okay.
He was 9. So in Belgium, his real name is Jean-Claude Van Varenberg.
What?
And just one day, someone said, because our first name when we came in Hollywood in 1982, because actually I was born in Morocco, I'm originally from Morocco, and in 62, so I'm 55, and in 1964, we went in Belgium. So I did my preschool in Belgium. And then when I was 7, I met Jean-Claude Van Damme, his real name Van Varenberg, and we grew up together. He was doing martial arts, I was doing boxing. We helped each other, teach me some karate, I teach him some boxing. And then we had the same idols, Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee. And then we had that same passion to go to Hollywood and make movies. While everybody thought we were going crazy because we couldn't speak one word English. We didn't have our working visa, and they said to us, especially our very close, like our family, saying, I mean, you have American people over there in Hollywood, and they're struggling, and they have the right to work, and they have their language, their English, and I mean, just stay in Belgium, find a job, like everybody, a monthly payment, and especially me, and it's like we come from a culture, tradition where we get married between 18 and 20, and I got married when I was 40, because just so passionate of, being in movies. So, basically,
let me add something about Michel too. So while we're on the subject of Lionheart, the villain, not the villain. We don't have a real villain in Lionheart. Maybe Cynthia is a sort of a villain, but the final fighter, Attila, that's Michel's brother. His name's Abdel Kisi. So that's how we found Abdel. So he wasn't part of the casting here. And Jean-Claude and Michel were just telling me, we got the perfect guy to play Attila. Okay, Michel's brother. Where did you see this guy? This guy's a beast, and he is. He's a beast. And we ended up using Abdel again on The Order, and Jean-Claude used Abdel in The Quest. And has there been another one that Abdel was in also, or is it those three?
The Quest, The Order, and
Lionheart.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about the fights? Oh, and actually, we got Stuart Wilson here too. Stuart is the Scottish fighter that they fight in that Ring of Cars. I think Jean-Claude's the one who came up.
He did on the last minute with that kilt bit, yeah.
Yeah, the kilt bit, but also the Ring of Cars.
Oh, okay.
We came up with these different venues, one of these different venues for the fights. I don't know where I got this crazy idea that they should fight in a swimming pool. I came up with that one, with this half-empty swimming pool with Paco and Jean-Claude fighting there. Then we had this Ring of Cars. That was Jean-Claude's idea. Like, there's a ring of cars. They've all got their headlights on, and I'm going to fight some guy in the middle. And we didn't have any in the script. I don't think we had Scottish fighter.
No,
written.
it wasn't. That was that day that he came up with the kilt.
Jean-Claude
If
did.
you've never worn a kilt before.
And then Harrison improv the line too, like.
What's under his skirt or something like that? Yeah. Check under his skirt.
Man's wearing a skirt. And Jean-Claude says, Scotland, this is all this is all improv. And then Harrison said something about raise up the skirt. I want to see if he's got any drawers on. Did I say that? Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Thank God I did.
Script,
Yes.
you just came up with it on the spot. It's great work. And look at the
You had everything. Fighting.
This one as well.
You know that famous line that you say in the movie? Me and my friends still quote it to this day. When we go to lunch together, right?
Yeah.
And we look at each other, pretend like we have no money.
Yeah.
When he goes, "I'll get you back in LA."
Directing
We still say that to this day from that movie. Absolutely, every time.
Because you know the guy don't have no money, and he ain't gonna get anybody back in LA.
That's in Double Impact.
Oh, all right.
This as well.
And it's funny he kept saying about the hair and all the promotion posters because it reminds me of his character Alex in Double Impact with the slick back hair.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Is this your name?
Christian.
Christian? Yeah.
A very quotable line. Like I was just on this page. Like we still quote this movie to this day.
You know what? I have met a bunch of people
Thank
who
you so
say
much.
the same thing. They
Appreciate
use
that.
quotes.
And that's my step.
Enchanté de faire ta connaissance.
When you said that, yeah, I was like,
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
yes, there we go. Now I remember that.
Fun, man. It was fun. Very welcome. Except that when you're hungry.
Alfonso.
Yeah.
A-L-S? O-N-S-O. Awesome, and then that's like
Just like I didn't sign.
that's right. Yeah,
After, bro.
That's right.
After
And then breaking. too,
No
right?
Retreat, No Surrender.
Oh, no retreat. That's right.
Breakdance.
Breaking, yes.
You see us as extra
Right.
in 1984.
I remember seeing that dancing move. Yes, sir.
Thank you, kind sir, for signing my.
Better Tomorrow, is that?
Yeah, that counts. That's actually really good.
I love Better Tomorrow.
That's a great flick.
so much.
Is there any upcoming movies you're going to be working on for your fans?
Yeah,
to
the
know
only
about?
signature.
We're trying to get a couple together right now.
Okay. Is there like a website people can follow you guys on?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay. I'll have a link for it down below, guys. Make sure you guys check them out.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, you're welcome.
You guys had great stories. That was so much fun.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you so much.
Wasn't that good a show, apparently?
Thank you so much.
Oh, somebody actually got a poster here.
It's for my dad.
It's for your dad?
You put a sign your name.
Where's your dad? What's his name?
Phil.
Same here.
No, the look when Jean-Claude comes in and sees him kicking the cement pillar.
No, that was
And he looks, oh no. Oh, no, it wasn't Jean-Claude. It was, who came in and looked?
So he sent you on
His
this.
brother. The guy playing his brother. Was it the guy playing his brother? He came in and saw you kicking the cement post. It wasn't Jean-Claude that watched you in the movie.
I don't have your question. I'm
So
sorry.
you're kicking the cement.
When I'm killing, when I'm hitting the pillar.
The pillar.
Yeah.
It wasn't Jean-Claude. It was, who? He ran out already. Damn it, you are so popular.
Cobra from Die Hard 2.
Yes, I did.
Oh, there really are a lot of Tom Cruise fans.
I was
Look at this.
Thank you so much.
Blue Light Team. You're very welcome.
It was a great story. Uncle Judo King Liddell, you know, and he talks about what he
come on, don't be
Whoever wants to, Gabriel.
I don't want to block this.
Where are you? Get in the picture.
taking a good photo.
Come over here. Get in the picture. Yeah.
Can you even see
Jesse,
me?
I got your head.
Okay.
Harrison's get in there.
You got one more.
Chinese
Harrison's coming.
Harrison's coming.
Return to Enter the Dragon.
Everybody behind them who wants to get behind them so we can take a picture.
Behind him. Good photo.
Perfect.
All right.
Are you? Oh yeah. There you
Try
go.
to get in for like a thumbnail.
Oh, that's great.
Woo! Another Dark Delicacy signing come and gone.
Yes, sir.
Damn, in my opinion, guys, I don't know about you, one of the best freaking events they've had.
I think so too.
I
I
mean,
totally agree.
First of all, Tom Poe. Come on.
Dude, gracious,
Frickin-
man. Amazing. That guy's an amazing human being.
He's a badass in the movies, but he's like the most freaking sweetest guy
Absolutely.
I've ever met.
Uh-huh.
I'm
so
glad. I'm
funny.
glad he didn't dip his hands in shit and fuck us up.
Yes. Oh, he could have,
Oh,
yeah. I took a rip shot, though. He did hit me.
And Rocky Fizz is next door. They got plenty of glass to work
Oh,
with.
That's true. See? Yeah, we could have gone in the back of that alleyway, get our own tournament.
Yeah, rub
Yeah.
them the wrong way. Hey,
No,
you never
but
know.
no, but everybody, like the guy that runs DamageGoods.com, I think he set all this up. You know, the Blu-ray looks amazing. It's got like loaded features.
She's got a shit ton
Yeah,
of special features. I
Absolutely.
can't wait to check
Right?
that
Dude,
out.
like 46-minute, like
Making
special,
of, behind the scenes,
like,
all
like
kinds
3 or
of
4 of
BTS
them, dude.
stuff.
It's like,
Yeah.
who knew like there were so much features on a Lionheart? Like,
There you go.
Look how good that looks.
Look at that. Tell me that's not fucking beautiful.
That's the King of the Jungle right there. DVD
Jeez.
right there.
Oh man, well, time to go home. Freaking great signing.
Hey, can I use your phone?
What's that?
You what? You don't like my phone, cuz?
Wait, man. We can all use our phones right now if we want to call Tom Poe himself. Because we got this motherfucking number, bro.
That's right.
What?
Boom.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, but don't worry. I know you paid, for my food today, so I'll get you back in LA, all right?
Okay, cool. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I'm hungry, motherfuckers. I'll go get my own shit then.
Nah, you're on your own. You're
Bye,
on your own.
brother.
Alright,
Bye,
I'll see you guys
Brandon.
later.
Bye. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Leave me hanging? Fuck you. Okay.
Oh,
Bye.
my bad.
Bye, Brandon. There you go. There goes Wet Movie 1 right there. See you later. Hit it with the suck it. Come on, Brendan.
All right, guys. Time to we're gonna head
We gotta
back.
go. I gotta go to San Diego. I gotta get going. Get my man. I gotta drop
Just
my
gotta
man
get
off right
going.
here.
Got freaking NXT.
Oh, that's right. NXT
Shit.
Takeover.
That's right.
Dude.
NXT. Gotta go check that out.
That's right.
And now I'm gonna show you guys all the cool shit I hoarded up on.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned. Okay, everybody. I'm back home. Had a blast hanging out at the event with my buddy Fonso and Wet Movie 1, Brendan. I mean, what can I say? Shit. I never thought I'd get the chance to meet, the director of Lionheart, Joshua from Lionheart. Pretty freaking cool. That guy's hilarious in that movie. If you haven't seen it, like we said earlier, please, you got to get on that. But anyway, yeah. And especially for me, big fan of Kickboxer. Never thought I'd get to meet Tong Po himself. So that was pretty cool. Tripped out on that. And Brendan, I'm going to steal your line, man. I hoarded up on a bunch of Tom Poe autographs, admittedly. So, yeah, which I'm about to show you guys right now.
So this is just one of my Tong Po 8x10s that I got signed. I got 4 total. I wasn't lying when I said I hoarded up on Tong Po autographs. I freaking just love this character. In my opinion, the best Van Damme villain of any of his movies. As much as I love Bolo in Bloodsport, and trust me, I do love Bolo, but yeah, I don't know, there's just something about Tong Po, like, the whole movie, he's all business, super, like, just, I can't even explain it. It's just, he's a great freaking villain, so underrated, in an underrated movie altogether. So, yeah, you guys have it. He wrote peace and love on all 4 of them. The complete opposite of what Tong Po would probably say. But yeah, this guy is like the nicest guy. One of the nicest people I've ever freaking had the pleasure of meeting. So pretty freaking awesome finally having some autographs. And here we have the main reason for the signing. The Lionheart Blu-ray release. As you guys can see here, I have a bunch of signatures on it. I was able to get Sheldon Lettich, the writer-director. Michelle Kesey, who played one of the Legionnaires after Van Damme in this film. Also played Tong Po in Kickboxer. Pretty freaking cool. Got Paco Christian Prieto, who plays the pool fighter who fights Van Damme. And also Jeff Langton, who played the garage fighter with arguably the most famous line from the movie. Tells Van Damme, "I don't know if I want to fight you or fuck you." And apparently that was improvised. Cool little piece of trivia there. It's pretty cool to hear from him. And Stuart Wilson was actually able to show up. He played the Scottish fighter. It's pretty freaking cool. Got all these signatures there. And of course Harrison Page, who played Joshua. Had them all sign this thing. And look at the back. Look at all these freaking... Look at all those special features. Can't wait to check all that good stuff out. Got this signed. Pretty freaking sweet. And speaking of Lionheart, I had to print out this 11x17 poster. Had it signed by everybody as well. All the fighters, Joshua, the writer, director Sheldon Lettich, Legionnaire Michelle Kesey. Everybody, man. Look at this thing. I can't wait to freaking frame this thing. One of my favorite Van Damme movies of all time right here. It's probably in my top 4, along with Bloodsport, Kickboxer, and Double Impact. So, pretty freaking sweet. Last but not least, for the autographs, Michelle Kesey was there, so I had to get this Kickboxer 11x17 poster signed by him. Played Tong Po, of course, that beautiful face right there. And there's the Nuxu Cow himself, Kurt Sloan. Pretty freaking cool. I got to meet Van Damme actually last year at Beyond Fest. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a picture with him because it's just, people were mobbing him left and right, but was able to get his autograph on a Bloodsport poster. And that actually leads me to this next one. I was hoping to have him also sign my Double Impact poster, but unfortunately, I was only able to get the one poster signed, but I was able to get Sheldon Lettich to sign it at this event, the director of this film, so pretty freaking sweet. Things, it worked out.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. It's been a minute since I posted a video, mainly because there wasn't any events that really caught my eye lately. So yeah, that's why I haven't been posting anything. But yeah, as soon as the guys and I found out about this event, huge martial arts fans, all of us. So yeah, we're like, we got to do that. So what a way to bring it back, huh? Well guys, that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly had fun making it, hanging out. So yeah, see you guys next time.